Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Today, I would like to share with you about the polar coordinate of cylinder. So, this polar coordinate of cylinder is important, especially when you want to do the surface integral and also the volume integral. Surface integral, ds, and the volume integral is dv. Before we start, let me share with you the term of Cartesian coordinate. I think some of you familiar with this term. Okay. So basically, in a simple word, this Cartesian coordinate is actually a representation of points on the x, y, z axis or xy axis, which directly written in a form of xy or xyz. For example, you have a point here 0, 0 on the xy axis. So in Cartesian coordinate is written as 0, 0 directly in terms of 0, 0. Or let's say you have another point here, okay, point here, okay. So point here is in Cartesian coordinate it is written as -4, -2. So this is how we write the Cartesian coordinate. In polar coordinate of cylinder, for example, okay, the representation of the polar coordinate will be written in the form of r, theta, and z. This is polar coordinate of cylinder. So basically, the polar coordinate cylinder is particularly will be used for the sphere for the cylinder because cylinder has radius and also angle. Okay, so let us look this polar coordinate in detail. We start with the full cylinder. You have this cylinder, full cylinder. How many surfaces you have? 3, right? Bottom, top, and this wall of the cylinder. I call this as a wall of the cylinder. Okay? So, if you see this cylinder in 3 dimensions, it is a cylinder. Okay? Have 3 surfaces altogether. But in 2 dimensions, you imagine your eyes is here. Your eyes is here. You imagine you view this cylinder in 2 dimensions. View from the z-axis. You can see this cylinder is a circle. Am I right? Where the circle, for example, okay, you have the equation of x squared plus y squared equal to 9, for example. So in 2 dimensions, this cylinder is looks as a circle which form based on the equation, for example, x squared plus y squared equal to 9, right? And to form a cylinder, of course, it has to be supported by the bottom and the top of the cylinder. So it has to have another surface, which is, for example, z equal to 0 and z equal to, for example, 4. Okay, so the bottom of the cylinder is z equal to 0 and the top is z equal to 4. So if the question provide you these 3 equations, x squared plus y squared equal to 9, z equal to 0 and z equal to 4, so you should know this is a full cylinder. Then from this, you should know what is the radius of the cylinder, where denoted as r. You should know the angle of the cylinder, denoted as theta, and you should know the height of the cylinder, denoted as z. Right. So radius basically is based on the circle, equation of the circle, okay, from the origin to the circumference. So the radius is 3. How I know? Because I have the equation of x squared plus y squared equal to 9, where this 9 is actually is r squared. So this r is equal to 3. What is the angle? Angle is also based on this circle in 2 dimensions. So you can see this is a full circle. So the angle will be, if in terms of limit, it is from smaller to the upper, so 0 to the 2 pi. The height of the cylinder, obviously, from the bottom to the top of the cylinder. So obviously from the Z given in the question, so it is 0 to 4. Therefore, if you want to apply this polar coordinate to do the surface integral soon, where ds, okay, you do double integral because we have d theta dz, okay. So r should be substitute because, this should be z, okay. R d theta dz, you can change actually. You can change dz to be first, d theta to be next, no problem at all, okay? But it should be R d theta dz, should has d theta and also dz, okay? So you should substitute the theta, you should substitute R, R here is 3, so you just write theta, d theta and dz. You should write dz here. So this is belong to the dz, d theta. So d theta limit of d theta is 0 to 2 pi and dz is 0 to 4. For dv, it will involve triple integration. So you will do r dr d theta dz. Okay. Don't substitute r. You see in the ds, you have to substitute r because you don't have dr here. But now you have dr. So where you should put dr? It should be here, 0 to 3. The r will be the limit. Okay, and theta is 0 to 2 pi and then z is 0 to 4. So you will integrate it as usual. So this is full cylinder. Next, half cylinder. Half cylinder, you imagine that you have a full cylinder and you cut the cylinder half. You cut the cylinder half. Okay, so in two dimension, the cylinder will be appeared as like this. Am I right? Okay, you imagine you view this cylinder from z-axis. You can see that the cylinder is located above the x-axis. This is the cylinder in two dimension. All right. So you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 surface altogether. Let's say here is z equal to 0. The bottom, the top is z equal to 3. For example, you have this one, okay, the wall of the cylinder, okay, which will be contributed by the equation of x squared plus y squared equal to of 16, for example. 16, for example, and also you have another plane at the back, this one at the back, this one at the back, okay, so it is y equal to 0, okay, so you have, so in the equation, in the question, you should have x squared plus y squared equal to 16, okay, you should have z equal to 0 and z equal to 3, which contributed the top and the bottom and the top of the cylinder, and also because of you cut the cylinder half, so you should have another plane at the back, okay, so the plane uh, is declared as y equal to 0. So this is y equal to 0, two dimension. Okay, and this is x squared plus y squared equal to 16. Alright, so radius, obviously, it's 4 from here, right? Angle, how you know it? The angle of this cylinder is very easy, directly from here, 0 to pi. And then z, from the question directly that you know z is 0 to 3. Okay, so I think I don't have to talk again about the ds and dv. Okay, you will understand it after this when you do the example. All right, next. is first octane cylinder. First octane cylinder, the term octane, first octane into dimension. How is it? First octane into dimension. It's here, right? This is first octane. So if you view this cylinder from the z-axis, you just can see the cylinder is here. Am I right? Okay. So how many surface, how many plane you have? Bottom, let's say, is z equal to 0. Okay. The top of the cylinder is z equal to 3. This one is, can you guess now? It's x squared plus y squared equal to 4 because radius is 2. Okay. And then you have another plane here is x equal to 0, and also plane here is y equal to 0. So means that you should have x squared plus y squared equal to 4. Okay, and then you should have z equal to 0, the bottom of the cylinder, and z equal to 3, the top of the cylinder. You should have x equal to 0, the plane on the y and z axis. Okay, and then y equal to 0, which is the plane on the xz axis. You have to imagine, inshallah. It will help you. Inshallah, it is easy actually. Alright, so what is radius? Radius is 0 to 2 or 2. Angle is 0 to what? Pi over 2 because it just move from this to this. So 90 degree in radian, it is pi over 2, 0 to pi over 2. And then the height z is very easy, 0 to 3. Right, so ds will be double integral. Let's say you want to integrate f, the function that you're going to integrate is f. So write the r, which is 2 d theta. Let's say now I want to use dz d theta. So dz here is 0 to 3 and theta is 0 to pi over 2. And dv is the triple integral. Let's say you want to integrate f and you will write r, dz, d theta, dr, let's say. So z is 0 to 3, d theta 0 to pi over 2, and dr is 0 to 2. Okay, you can see here that I changed the integration form dz d theta dr, the the order of the integration form, but the limit is still must be satisfied each other. This first integration which will be respect to dz, the second one is d theta, and the last one is the dr. So when you're going to integrate it after this, you will start with the inner limit first. Okay, you start integrate respect to dz first, and then after that integrate respect to theta. We will discuss detail in the example. So that's all for the polar coordinate of cylinder. Hopefully you enjoy, hopefully you understand. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.